Okay, this is going to be a quick video. Basically, I just want to show you how you can create this vertical line between columns in the Gutenberg editor. This is just a simple columns block and I think anybody can create one. But this vertical line is a bit tricky because there's no dedicated feature in the Gutenberg setting that allows you to create such a thing. However, there is a simple workaround that you can do without adding any plugin or CSS code. And this can work on any WordPress blog theme and it can be done in less than a minute. So let's dive right into it. Alright, now I'm in the Gutenberg editor. You can do this on any post, pages, or theme editor. And I have these three columns that I have added two vertical lines between them. I'm using the 2024 WordPress theme, which is pretty basic because some third-party blog theme comes with some little extra customization. But don't worry, this method is basically will work on any blog theme because essentially what we are going to do is just adding a border to the column to create this vertical line. And the first thing you need to do is just open this document overview. This will really help us to navigate around our blocks, and also open this settings sidebar. And after that, I'm going to add a vertical line for these two columns. To do that, I'm going to expand this column. What we are going to do here is just to add a border on the right side of this column. So if you imagine there is a line in this border, in this part, it's basically going to create a vertical line. After that, just go to the style menu here. You can click this on link side. So basically you want to apply the border to just the right side of this column. So let's select the color first, and I think I'm going to select the purple color to match the rest of the design. Okay, so this is going to be the color, and of course you can also adjust the value of the border. You can adjust the thickness, maybe 2 pixels will be fine. So that's basically how you can add a vertical line in two columns in the Gutenberg editor. And I think it looks great. However, there is a problem. If you actually open the mobile view, you will see that it's really a mess. It's supposed to be in the middle between two columns, but given that we stack these columns together, it basically means that this border will stay on the right side. It's not going to be transformed into a horizontal line. It's not going to happen because it is a border that we set for the right side of this column. One solution is to not stack the columns. So if you actually select this column, it will select the entire columns here, and you can disable the stack on mobile option. Basically, it will maintain the structure. It's going to look like this regardless of the device. But in case you want to retain the stack behavior for these columns, then I guess a simple CSS code can do the trick. To add a CSS code to this column, let's go back to the desktop view first. And then I'm going to add some CSS code for this column in particular. So I'm going to click on the column and go to advanced, and I'm going to add some CSS classes. In this case, I actually have added some CSS name for it. It's called borderless-column. You can give it any name you want. It's totally fine. It's totally up to you. And after that, you can just update this design, or you can save it for later. And then you have to open the WordPress dashboard again, and then go to appearance and click editor. We want to apply some CSS code that would affect this column. So basically we want to remove this line when the visitor is visiting the page on the mobile device. Okay, let's click here and then go to this style menu, go to additional CSS. Let's paste this code. Okay, I think I'm going to explain the code a bit. So this first line is basically telling that this CSS code will be executed when the visitor screen size is less than 600 pixels, which means it's usually going to be anything smaller than a tablet. And this is the borders column. This is the CSS class. And also the CSS code is going to be border none. So there will be no CSS code for this CSS class. And let's click save. Okay, now we have the CSS code applied to our website. Let's go back to the editor, and I'm going to open this page live on the website. Okay, just wait, and now we have this desktop version of the page. You can see that there is a vertical line between these two columns, but let's see the mobile version. Let's open the mobile view, and yeah, there you go. There is no vertical border here that's supposed to be like this, but because I have applied some CSS for this column, now it doesn't have any border anymore, especially when you are seeing this page in the mobile device. But on the desktop version, it should be there. So that's a simple, well, not so simple workaround to apply a vertical line to columns in the Gutenberg editor, but you can always remove it with CSS in the mobile device. Personally, I prefer to make everything as consistent as possible, meaning that I'm going to just unstack this column on the mobile device. Sure, it's probably not going to be the best looking, but if you can maintain the same structure on the mobile device as well as on the desktop, then I think it's going to create a visual consistency across platforms, and that's something that you should be striving for. And also, if you go back to this mobile version again, you can see that on the first column here, there is a border on the right side, and on the third column, there is a border on the left side. This is not exactly what most people would want to have on their vertical line between columns in the Gutenberg editor. But even though this is not perfect, I think this still gives it a unique look because of the alternating lines between columns. So personally, I'm fine having this design, but if you want to have the vertical line removed on a mobile device, that is possible too. But regardless of that, I think this is the kind of compromise we need to make if you don't want to install too many plugins on your WordPress website. And with that spirit, check out this video to learn more about some tricks to reduce plugin dependency on WordPress, and I'll see you there.